Hey everyone, welcome back to the Race 5 Smokehouse and Grill, and today we are making some Cuban burgers. Stick around, these are awesome. Thanks for hanging in there, everyone. Recently I was talking to a friend of mine who shared a recipe with me for these Cuban Frita Burgers. So this is going to be done in 3 parts. 1, you need to make the sauce. The sauce is a key component to the Cuban burgers. 2, you need to have fried potatoes on there. So then we're going to shred a potato, fry it up so we have these great shoestring potatoes that go on top of the burger. And 3rd, we're going to make the burger mix and then get it out on the grill, fry it up and put it all together. So let's start with the first part, which is making this great sauce. This sauce recipe is one that I spent a lot of time researching, found a bunch of different recipes, and this is basically an average of all the different recipes I found that has essentially all the same things, maybe a little different, but let's build this. First thing we're gonna add is 6 ounces of tomato paste. Tomato paste is added. We're going to add some cumin, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1.5 cups of water. I have 1.5 teaspoons of paprika. This is smoked paprika. We have 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. We have a 1/4 cup of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. You could also use white vinegar, but I typically prefer apple cider vinegar. We're gonna use 1 tablespoon of hot sauce, and I like Valentina. This is my favorite Mexican hot sauce. So we're gonna use that for this dish. Get as much in there. Okay, now that this is added together, we mix. Make sure this is good and incorporated. Oh, it smells so good. This sauce is all put together now. We're gonna go put it on the stove, bring it to a boil, let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes to make sure all these great flavors have time to marry and join together. Once this is simmered for 10-15 minutes, we're gonna pull it off, let it cool, and then we're not gonna touch it again until we have the burgers on the flat top. On to part 2 now. We're gonna take this potato, shred it with a cheese grater, and we're going to make some fried shoestring potatoes. This is a key component to these Cuban Frita sandwiches. So I'm gonna just slice the skin off of here. I don't have a potato peeler, so this will work. Don't take too much off like I just did. Okay, I'm gonna start with this much and we'll see if we want more or not. Yeah, I'm gonna take the rest of this skin off, do this whole thing, because once these are cooked, they're gonna shrink up a bunch. There we have it. We have our shredded potatoes. Now, in order to get these potatoes prepared for us to cook, we're gonna have to go through a little process to get these ready. What we're going to do is add these potatoes to a big bowl of water. Now what that water is going to do is take out a lot of that starch. You can see it getting cloudy. That's going to make these great for when we fry them up. Now we're going to need to do this a couple times in order to get all this cloudiness out of here. So we're going to do this until the water stays clear when we put it in. This could take 3-4 times. Depends on your potato, how much water, and whatnot. So we'll be back when these are ready to cook. These potatoes have now been rinsed 4 times. The water finally went clear. Now I know these are ready to get fried up. However, now these are too wet to fry up, and you could have a big mess when you fry them up and they won't be as crispy and it could splatter everywhere. So we're gonna take these and we're just gonna pat them dry. We're gonna try to soak up all that water out of here. Okay, these are looking nice and dry right now. We did a good job getting all that moisture out that we got when we rinsed the potato. So now we're gonna go put some oil in a pan, just enough to get these covered and fried up, and we're gonna do it in small batches as not to overload that oil. So let's go get that fired up. Once these are done being crisped up and put to the side, we're gonna give them a quick hit with salt, and then we're gonna let them rest until we're done with part 3, which is getting the burgers put together. Okay, here we are in the third final part. Before we actually go and make these burgers on the flat top, we have to add all these ingredients together, mix them up, and form meatballs that we're gonna go use as burgers. Let's get these ingredients added and mixed up. First thing we're gonna add is 2 tablespoons of garlic. We have 3 tablespoons of ketchup. Get all that in there. I know ketchup is a big part of this dish. We're also adding 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, and pepper to taste. I went about 1 teaspoon of pepper. So we're gonna get that in there. And the last thing we're gonna add is we have some onion. We're using yellow onion. I only used 1 medium-sized yellow onion. We're gonna put about half, a third to half in here, mix that in, and then the second half we're saving for the grill when we cook it. So let's get about half of this added in here. There you go. Now we want to incorporate all this together. And if I didn't mention it at the beginning, there's 2 pounds of beef in here with 2 tubes of chorizo, which is about 12 ounces of pork chorizo. Now you just want to mix this enough that everything, all the spices are fully integrated. You don't want to overdo it and make it too fine, because when you smash this, you kind of want some crevices and nooks in there, because that flavor is going to get all through here. Okay, now I can tell that this is pretty good and incorporated, because when you break it apart, it's a uniform color everywhere. You have good coloring from the seasoning, you have good color from that chorizo. Now that it's all mixed up well, we're gonna form these into decent sized meatballs. We're gonna try to keep them uniform, so when we're cooking, they're pretty easy. I'm gonna say these are probably about 4 ounces. And we're just gonna make all these out. If you wanna get a scale and measure them out all individually, that's okay. I've come to learn by about the size of this in my hands is roughly 4 ounces. Again, you don't wanna pack them too tight, because when you smash them, you kinda want them to spread out and open up. These are all balled up and ready to go, but what we're going to do next is just throw it in the freezer, let these cool up. I find that once I throw it onto the flat top and sear it, you get a better sear when it's a little cooler. These are somewhere between 4 to 5 ounces, and these are gonna be perfect for when you make your burgers on the flat top. So let's get this in the fridge and go fire up that Blackstone. Okay, we've done all this prep work. We have made the sauce. We have fried the potatoes. We have made the burgers. Now it's time to put it all together. We got the Blackstone fired up. This is gonna take almost no time to cook and put together. It's all about the preparation with the Blackstone, because that cooks fast. So you wanna get it prepared, you wanna have all your food prepared, you wanna have the griddle prepared, you wanna have everything prepared and ready to go. So we now have the griddle going. Let's get these burgers going. Okay, we're gonna go with high, medium, high heat here. We are going to, first off, get some buns on here, get these toasted up. Hitting these with a little squeeze margarine, squeeze butter, whatever. Get that on there, get that toasted up. Once these buns are toasted, we'll take them off and cook those burgers. Always good to find your hot spots, know where they are, rotate them around if need be. Buns are looking awesome, we'll pull them off. We're gonna hit these with a little bit of olive oil on here, right where we're gonna be cooking. Now we have parchment paper because we are going to be smashing these. Basically, these are smash burgers. Take the parchment paper, put it down, and smash. Okay, now we let these cook, but as they're cooking, this is where the fun starts. We hit it with some more onion. Get that onion on there. That awesome sauce we made, you blast it with this sauce. Now we're gonna let this cook through. You'll know it's time to flip when you start seeing the juices really starting to come through that top. This is cooking nice. It's about time to flip. So we're gonna flip these over. A little more sauce. You get that great chart from the Blackstone. It's gonna be kind of hard to see because it's a cold day out here, so everything's steaming up. The smell coming off of these is amazing. These are done. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna show you how to build these right here. You get this nice bun. Just hop that burger right on here. You get a handful of these fried potatoes. We're gonna put more than that on here. This is traditional, guys. Don't knock me for it. Ketchup. There you have it. Look at how awesome this thing looks. Chorizo, beef, potatoes. That's good. These Cuban Frita burgers are done. And I'll be honest with you, I've already eaten half of mine. I took a bite outside, couldn't stop. This is so delicious. You've got these great fried potatoes, and then that mixture of the beef and the pork chorizo, along with that sauce and the onions. Man, this is awesome. It may be a go-to burger from now on. I need to get down to Miami and try this and really get some real ones. This burger alone is gonna make me travel somewhere because that's how good this was. Give it a try. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, please share, leave me a comment, let me know what you guys think. I appreciate every one of you checking this out. Cheers everybody, take care. Talk to you soon.